Folks, and welcome to another Saturday Morning Samoflange. I'm Matt.
I'm Benjamin, and I'm furious. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm starting off the year right.
Traditionally, we do talk about our top 5 most anticipated films.
We do. Every year, traditionally, this time of year, we want to know what the producers are trying to shove down our throats and what we agree with.
Yeah.
And usually at the end of the year, we totally disagree with that.
But the conversation was going too long last week. I cut it off, and I feel like I can't leave you on a cliffhanger.
Last year.
Yeah, it's even been a year since the last one. So I thought we'd go do that one first, even though now it's going to piss me off when I go back in time to look this up and find out that I have to look. I've been listening to the wrong Samoflange. So,
but next week we will continue the tradition of top 5 most anticipated films.
End of 2025, Matt. Go watch the next episode. That's what we're talking about.
Next episode, Matt. This is a future message for you.
Because I sometimes go back and listen to our other one.
All right.
To see if I got it right. But anyway, this was you had a lot of dishonorable mentions.
Yeah.
And there was a whole laundry list.
1, 2,
but
3,
then I
4,
told
5, 6. Yeah, I have 6.
One of your dishonorable mentions
you said was one of your top 5.
Is going to replace Despicable Me 4.
Oh my word.
And make it on the list.
I'm amazed.
Because I actually enjoyed it and did not want to see it in theaters.
Oof.
But the missus wanted to see it. I was like, okay. And I went, you know what? I'm going to be fair with you. That was better than I thought. And that deserves to be number 5, unlike Despicable Me 4, which should be an honorable
Which
mention.
had one good joke in it that you laughed at for 2 minutes straight.
Yeah,
right.
Fine joke.
Well, interesting. So how much crossover we have? We know we've got one that I hated that you loved. So will we have any crossover about top 5 movies you didn't like?
I will talk about a ho-hum and a terrible movie.
All right, that's fine.
But you get how many? You have 6.
I have 6. Well, 5 and an honorable mention for sure.
All right, I'll start with 1. You give 3, and then I'll do another one.
Let's do it.
Okay, ho-hum, Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, I didn't even see.
Frozen Empire.
Didn't even see it.
Man,
it looked so ho-hum.
They played ho-hum safe. The thing is, why can't you share the screen with the main names?
That's it.
You don't have to make them the main story.
Exactly.
I would have loved a story. Now, I'm not going to do spoilers, but the thing is, they wasted.
Don't spoil it because I haven't seen it.
They wasted the original.
Exactly. I knew they were going to do that. I knew it from the preview.
They wasted them, and they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's okay to share the screen. Don't make them
Don't have to be the main stars.
But what I would have loved, is, let's say during the big baddie, the new era,
they're
can't going
do
after
it.
them. They have this big adventure.
Yeah.
No, and what the old people are doing, they're chasing down one single ghost because Slimer has gotten out again.
Yeah,
Ray has a score to settle with
course.
Slimer. Let's say this is my version.
Sure.
Ray has a score to settle with Slimer, and so the old Ghostbusters.
Go tracking down Slimer
But they're
again.
Not as young as they used to.
Right.
Mistakes are made.
Pulls a hip.
They cross the lines.
Oh, they cross the streams.
Cross the streams. This time it doesn't. It goes worse than before. A nod to Egon. But meanwhile, while this big epic terror is about to destroy New York City, you cut to the 3 of them still tearing up the New York Museum,
the hotel and the museum,
the Trump Hotel,
the library,
Trump Tower, or something,
Trump Tower,
some famous landmark.
That's a good one.
Not second tier landmark.
Not the Statue of Liberty. Yeah.
Not a big landmark, a second tier landmark, Smithsonian, and they're just blowing things away. And then when they finally capture him, it's after the credits. Bill Murray comes out, boom, got him. You're welcome. And the Smithsonian guys going, oh, because everything's been destroyed.
Yeah, perfect.
But wait, what happened? And they look around New York City that's almost been destroyed. That would have been wonderful.
That's what I wanted.
Give them a B story that doesn't matter, but have them give you some laughs, some break from the story.
Seriously.
They didn't use them properly, and it's not bad. It's not a bad movie, but it's just definitely not good.
Did you like the first one?
Afterlife, I thought was decent.
Okay. See, I haven't seen Afterlife either.
Now, it's just a cameo.
I know.
But that's what you knew.
But I did.
But now they're adding them more in.
Yeah,
but I could tell. In scenes, but they're not relevant.
I could tell from the preview they were going to do that.
They're dead weight.
I knew it. And
they should.
And all my friends who were Ghostbusters fans who did see it, not a single one of them came to me and said, "Have you seen this yet?"
No.
And I was like, "Oh, that's a bad sign."
I think everyone's under
because
the ho-hum.
I'm pretty sure that I was in a play or a movie or something was going on when the movie came out, and
you just didn't get around to seeing it.
And so I just like no one that I trust about film or none of the Ghostbusters fans that I know who are huge Ghostbusters fans, not a single one of them texted me or called me and said, oh, you got to go see this. We got to go check this out. I didn't hear any buzz, nothing. So I was like, oh, well, I guess it's not that much to it. So, and I expected exactly what you just said. I expected that. So I'm not at all surprised, really. My ho-hum of the top 5 POS movies of 2024, it was Venom: The Last Dance. And I like Venom as a character. Do you like Venom as a Marvel character?
I do like Venom as a Marvel character. I just saw this movie. I just realized I don't have another one because this one was from last year.
Uh-oh.
I was looking at my other dishonorable mention, but it's from last year, so I got to remember what else I watched. But Venom: The Last Dance, I actually just saw this.
I'm going to tell you what I do. Just go to the top, Google the top grossing movies of the year. That way you won't get any judgments or biases of lists or anything like that. Just look at what made money.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I don't need to.
And then see
I'll
what
go off your list.
Yeah.
I did see Last Dance. Go ahead.
And I liked it. It was fine. I like Tom Hardy. I think he's a good actor. He's a terrific actor. He's really good. I believe him in what he does. I thought he was clearly having fun doing this movie. It looked like he was having fun, at least. I don't know. But I like Venom as a character. I think this movie was just... I'll never watch it again. I mean...
I'll never watch it again.
It was formulaic as heck at the end.
I'll be honest. I thought it was going to be a slog, and I was pleasantly surprised. It's not an end-of-the-world thing. It's got a lot of humor. They're just saying goodbye.
They're just saying goodbye to it. It's fine.
They're sunsetting the character.
Yeah, and that's fine.
And I'm fine with that, and I laughed. And I was like, okay,
yeah,
this is a one and done.
A one and done. I got some laughs out of it, and it's fine, whatever. But I mean, what was really funny was at the end credits, because I stayed through the end credits because I typically do, and all the Venom animals that they storyboarded that you didn't see in the movie.
Right.
Like they did a Venom frog and a Venom, weasel and a Venom
whatever,
and a grizzly bear or something like that. Like some of the concept art for that would have been terrific.
That'd have been fun.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen Venom Goes to the Zoo, more than I would have seen this movie.
There were some fun scenes.
Yeah.
Venom is now he's the jokester now.
Yeah,
which is fine. We've evolved the character enough we can do that.
There's a video game that came out 3 years ago, I think, called Marvel. Oh shucks! It's a card-based, turn-based game, strategy game.
Yeah.
But Venom was one of the best characters in that game, and that's what
Rivals.
really
was it Rivals?
No, it wasn't Rivals,
Marvel...
but it was some Marvel card-based video game that I can't remember now. But it was really, really good. It was a terrific game. So, but Venom was one of my favorite characters from the game, and that's when I started liking the movies, and I like Tom Hardy as an actor. So
I do like Tom Hardy in these. Tom Hardy was selling it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah,
it was
it's
fun.
good.
It was fine.
So that was my honorable mention. If you want to jump to number 5 for that,
keep going.
Beetlejuice 2 was trash. Did you like Beetlejuice 2? I'm going to get some hate for this, I know.
I hated it.
You hated it? What'd Megan think? She's a big Beetlejuice fan, right?
She enjoyed it. She admits that it's not as good
not
as the
nearly
second
as
one.
good as the second one.
And the thing is...
Not nearly as good as the first one.
The story, there is no story.
There is no story. Exactly.
It's just a bunch of scenes.
It's just stupid.
And the thing is, I seriously don't know because I bet Tim Burton was like, he was shoved a bunch of sequels. He went, fine, I'll make a sequel. And he didn't.
Yeah, no, he made the same movie.
He brought his friends back.
Yeah.
They cashed in, and the stupid thing made money.
It's stupid.
So now,
it made a lot of money.
It made a lot of money. It made more money than it deserved. And the thing is, I like the cast. I like Winona
Sure,
Ryder.
I do too.
I love
You're talking about the
Catherine
mom.
O'Hara.
Yeah, Catherine O'Hara. Yeah, I knew you were going to say her.
Michael Keaton.
Yes.
Yeah, these are characters I cheer for.
They're great.
Anywhere else they're in.
They're great.
Anything else they're in, I cheer for these people.
This was so boring.
And it was... William Dafoe was just excellent in everything, but not this.
Man.
Everything was missing the mark.
Yeah.
And I was like, is there a story here? I don't think there is.
Yeah.
Where's the thread I need to follow? Do I care about any of this?
The casting is the only thing that saves it. Like, the only thing that makes you even want to keep watching is because you like the cast. That's it.
Yeah, but
if they had been a different cast, no chance.
There was really just nothing.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing, and that made
nothing memorable. Money. Nothing memorable stands out.
That movie will be, but I'll be honest, it's got the smartest title I've seen.
Beetlejuice.
That's a great title.
That's brilliant.
because I remember thinking that is a brilliant title.
Yeah, yeah.
And I got excited until I saw the preview. I went, well, maybe it's Tim Burton. I'm missing it. I'm not missing nothing.
Didn't miss
that
nothing.
Movie was not good.
It's just more of the same, but it wasn't. It didn't have the charm.
It wasn't even more of the same.
It didn't
just
have the charm.
Something.
No.
On a screen.
I would have loved to have seen like Gina Davis or Alec Baldwin make an appearance too, but
everyone wanted them to. I understand you didn't want Ghost can't age, so you can make a joke, but it really didn't matter.
I mean, what difference does it make? You know,
nothing really matters.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Horrible.
Right.
I was so bored in that movie.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Another one I was incredibly bored and just could not believe I was watching this and it was failing so miserably right in front of me was Gladiator 2.
I haven't watched that yet. Gladiator is such a solid film.
Solid.
And when they said they're doing a second one that takes place years later, I said, why?
Yeah.
Why do we need that? No one was asking for this movie.
We don't know. You're right.
There was rumors after it made tons of money in the theaters. There was rumors that they're going to bring him back in the afterlife, and these guys fight his way through purgatory or something.
Fine.
To get to heaven.
Whatever.
No, because he saw his wife and kid in the wheat
and that's
field
it.
at the end.
It's done.
But there was all of these rumors swirling around.
Right. Well, I don't care. It's just it wasn't good, and it sucks because. As an actor, I could watch the movie and I could tell that a lot of these actors were thinking that this was going to be the most epic moment of their career.
Ridley Scott came back.
Ridley
so,
Scott.
Why not?
So they're thinking, I'm in a Ridley Scott movie.
You think Ridley Scott would not come back into the director's chair unless it meant something?
You would. Yeah, I thought that too. I do not have any faith in Ridley Scott anymore.
Well, we lost faith in a lot of people when Dumb and Dumber 2 came out.
Jeez. Okay. But okay. So for instance, there's a moment in Gladiator which you may remember when he. At the beginning of the film, he sees his wife has died or whatever, and she's been hung and she's hung up by her whatever on the rafters.
Yeah.
He finally gets home, and he falls to his knees. And Ridley Scott, that was going to be the end of the scene. He was just going to cry, and then and Russell Crowe was like, "Oh no, Ridley, I gotta go over to him, mate. She's right there. I've come this far. I can't stop now." And then Ridley's like, "Well, I've only got the feet. It's just a feet prosthetic. It's not. There's not like anybody there." So you're not going to be able to act with it. He says, nah, give me a shot. I can just give me one take. I'll do it. And so they set up the camera, one take, and Russell Crowe, summons all of his last remaining strength to make it to his wife's feet. And it's brilliant because I didn't know this until I saw this interview, that It's just the feet. And he gets up to the feet and Ridley puts a close-up zoom shot on him and he kisses her feet, and then there's like all this snot and blood that comes across when he pulls back. It's just like, and he went full on for it. He didn't, and so Ridley comes up to him and says, "Hey, it was perfect. Now do it again, a little less snot."
That's great.
So it's a great joke that Russell Crowe tells in interviews.
Great.
And so, but I tell that story to say that was the drama of Gladiator, is that he could go and kiss his wife's hung,
feet.
Decapitated, burned, charred body, and her feet, and snot would come away, and you felt this man's pain, right? Yeah. In this movie, it feels like every actor in the movie watched that scene and said, "Ooh, I'm going to do something like that."
So everyone dropped to their knees and yelled Stella.
Everybody yelled Stella in this movie.
Overacting.
In some
trying
form.
To get their moment.
Yes.
They thought this was their Ridley Scott moment.
They thought this was their Ridley Scott, I'm going to win an Oscar for this shit movie. I'm sorry for the language, but it was just garbage. And I could see the actors trying so hard. But it might have worked if the story had any gold or heart or anything to it, but it's really a continuation of something that you didn't, like you said, we didn't ask for this. And then you get some plot twists and some reveals, and like, oh, that's that person. Oh, that's that person. Oh, guess what? I don't give a crap either way.
Right.
It made no sense. It didn't matter. It was formulaic as heck.
Yeah.
The actors there's some terrific names, like good actors in it, but
there's a lot of good names.
Ridley Scott himself, Helm, but no, I do not recommend this movie under any circumstance. It is so long and boring and just was such a disappointment to me because I loved the Gladiator movie. Yeah. But yeah, that's definitely my number 4 on the list. So
keep going, loving
Fly Me to the Moon was
never saw it.
Garbage.
Never saw it.
It is a chick flick.
I know what it is about.
Wrapped up in the 1960s race of getting to the moon.
It's an interesting concept for a movie.
Fun concept of let's get to the moon before the Russians do. Oh my word. I don't even want to spend a lot of time on this because I have forgotten a good chunk of it based on survival skill.
There you go.
My brain has blocked out, I'm sure. For me to be able to sleep at night, I have blocked out a good chunk of this film. And I just cannot believe, I can't tell you how, man. So my friend Beth and I, who you know, Beth,
Yep.
we've gone to see a lot of movies together over the years. And anytime that she and I have ever gone on like a friend date or whatever together, and we've gone to see a movie together, 100 times out of 100, the movie has been terrible. So Beth and I going to a movie together is the curse. So we saw Gladiator 2 together. We saw Fly Me to the Moon together. And we
It hasn't worked out. We
hasn't-
saw a lot of Christmas Hallmark movies together.
It hasn't worked out for whatever reason, but oh my gosh! So we've decided that my family, maybe you, are the offsetting curse because we did see Deadpool and Wolverine together, but then we saw it with a bunch of other people, so as in a group. So the trick is we can't just go just the two of us together to see the movie, otherwise it'll be horrible. And truthfully, when the preview to Gladiator 2 came out, Beth texted me and she says, "I do not want to see this movie with you." Because I need it to be good.
Wow.
And sure enough, it still, we ruined
still
Gladiator 2
terrible.
for everybody as well. So Fly Me
Wow.
to the Moon was, I honestly, I don't even want to talk much about it. It was horrible.
Beyond horrible.
I just can't believe it got made into a major motion picture. I was so mad. And this is why I'm doing this episode, because like, you know, they say you should start off the year right. You want to carry the energy of the beginning of the year into the new year with you and let that be. But I'm just going to be a Grinch this year, I think, man. It's just, I'm still griping about the stuff I saw last year.
Well, I will tell you one that I saw on video. It's an older movie, but I saw it for the first time this year.
Yeah, okay. This works.
And this is the best one I saw. Best movie I saw.
Okay.
Not in theaters.
Okay.
Ready or Not.
Ready or Not? I don't know this.
Ready or Not is a
Is it a horror movie?
man, how do I explain this? Is it a dark? It's an action.
Okay.
Action
Defies genre.
action thriller with some dark comedy in it.
All right.
It's perfectly balanced. It's so well done. Premise. Why you can see this in the trailer, but woman gets married to man. He's part of a rich family. He hates his rich family, but tradition has it they must get married in the manor. So they get married on the courtyard,
On the grounds or whatever.
on the grounds,
Okay.
and then at midnight, she must play because the
Hide and seek.
They must play a game with her family, and because they made their wealth off of board games a long time ago, and playing cards. But now they own sports teams and stuff like that. They're big. So they
weirdo rich
they pick one.
family.
It could be chess. It could be backgammon. It could be checkers.
Okay.
But there's one game
That they don't
that's
play.
a dangerous game, and then the card is hide and seek.
Sure enough.
Hide and seek means she has to hide and survive the night because if the family finds her, they kill her.
What?
And the thing is, it is such a brilliant. You think, oh, haha, I get it.
Sure.
One flop joke. Here we go. It's incredibly well done.
Really?
It is so smart, and I was so entertained. I told you I don't go to theaters twice. We were watching it at the beach house. I remember I turned to my wife and went, "We got to get more people to watch this tomorrow." She went, "Are you going to watch it?" I went, "I will sit down and watch this again."
Wow.
The next day, I watched it again because I had to see what I'd just seen. I could not believe it. It was that good.
Wait a minute. What's the title of this episode of Saturday Morning Samoflange? When are you supposed to talk about this last year?
I know, but you made me remember it. Because I was thinking about movies I saw, but
Our listeners
That-
would like you to get that cough out of your throat.
yeah, that was one that I was totally
Wow.
unprepared for and just really enjoyed.
Wow.
But go ahead.
Number 2, it appropriately was a sequel as well at number 2, which is Twisters.
My new number 5.
Man, come on. You liked Twisters?
I was prepared not to like Twisters. I ended up loving it.
I don't know how.
The tornado scenes are really good.
No, they're not.
And that guy, all I know him as is the guy from Top Gun.
The guy from
2.
Top Gun.
What is he, Rooster? Not Goose.
I don't know. Who cares?
He's fantastic.
Horrible.
I think I'm going to like him in anything I see.
No, why? How?
I saw a movie, The Hitman, that he was in.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Great. It's great.
That's fine. This movie was garbage.
I think I like this actor now.
That's fine. You're allowed to like the actor.
He played a great role. If it wasn't for him and the really good tornado scenes, all that movie had going for it was probably the tornado scenes. But that actor, Glenn something.
I can't remember either.
Look him up. He is fantastic.
He's a great dude. He's a good-looking dude.
He saved the movie.
I don't know about that because he certainly didn't save nothing.
Glenn Powell, I got it right. Glenn Powell. I will now forever watch a movie with Glenn Powell.
Well, there's a great. It's cool you say that because I saw an interview with him and Tom Cruise as well, or he was talking about an interview with Tom Cruise. He was Rich Eisen, I believe, interview, and he turned to Rich Eisen and he's telling him a story about how he was across the table from Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise asked him, he says, "What kind of movies do you want to make?" And he says, "Well, I hope I'm not overstepping here, but I want to be you, man. I want to make the movies you make." You know. And so he says, "Well, all right, you got to choose the right movies, you know." And so I remember thinking that and saying, "Oh, dude, didn't choose the right movie for Twisters."
That's why he said to try to get him into Top Gun. He said, You take the character and you make it the character you
Twisters
want
was not the movie to make it be. I mean, dang, dude. I can't.
I mean, he is looking for his breakthrough movie, but
that's fine. But that was not it.
The Hitman's really good too.
I want to see The Hitman. I will watch that.
I will say I'm a Glenn Powell fan.
I'm a Glenn Powell fan too. I think the dude's all right, but he did not do anything in this movie to.
Twisters is what won me over.
Jeez.
I turned to my wife because we saw something else with him in it, and I said, you know what? I think I'm a fan of this guy. And that's why we decided to watch The Hitman, and it was good.
I was so bored and disappointed with Twisters. I saw that with Beth. It was terrible.
Wow. Wow. Like I said, I saw that on your list last year. Last year.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, wow, I've made a mistake. I even told you that one of your dishonorable mentions is actually in my top 5.
Oh.
Because I did enjoy that movie. I did think
hated
it was a good
it.
one.
So number 1, Golden Raspberry of the Year.
Oh, the raspberry.
For me. I mean, the worst possible movie.
Hit me.
So we know that earlier last year, I was in Australia for a few months. And I realized that Sydney, Australia, has the largest IMAX theater in the Southern Hemisphere of the entire world. Is in Sydney, Australia. And there was exactly one film playing at the giant IMAX, and it happened to be Mad Max Furiosa. Did you see this movie?
I did.
I went to the largest IMAX in the Southern Hemisphere of the entire world. Popcorn in hand.
Yep.
Hot, gorgeous Aussie girl next to me. Because I have told you last year that one movie made my list because of the hot girl next to me. And it was so much fun watching it with the hot girl. I had a hot Aussie girl sitting in the chair next to me with popcorn. We had the Coke, the chocolate, the soda, cinematic experience. Basically the whole road to ourselves watching Mad Max Furiosa. And I could not have been more furious.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
At how bad that movie was.
The only thing I could think of is, wow, I really would rather be watching Fury Road again.
Dude, Fury Road is unbelievably good.
It's the best.
Here's the problem that I was so let down for. Is I told this Aussie girl how good Fury Road was. She'd never seen it, so we watched it the day before.
Oh, Fury Road's excellent.
It was unreal. We watched it on a crappy little, because I was renting an apartment, right? So it was a furnished apartment in Sydney.
Yeah.
And so it had a cheap little $200 40-inch TV on it, or whatever.
Yeah.
And we still watched Fury Road and just loved it.
Yeah.
It had no surround sound, no nothing. And I was like, babe, you just wait. We're going to go to the IMAX down there in Sydney, and we're going to see the next version of this. Same director, same actors. We got all this stuff. They've had 10 years to make it the way they want. They've got a budget like this, and we're going to go have the best time ever. And we went and had the most horrible experience.
It's really bad.
That movie could not be saved by anything.
The whole time I was thinking, why do we need to know her backstory?
It didn't reveal anything. Not. The only thing it revealed is why she had the metal arm, and we don't care.
We don't.
I didn't care why she had the metal arm.
And is it Chris Evans?
No. No.
Who is it?
Thor.
Yeah. Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth.
Nice. He's the only.
Fine. He had moments.
If I'm digging through the dirt,
if you're digging,
I found a candy bar that was slightly mangled but still in the wrapping.
The only reason that it was even slightly in the wrapper is because he's Thor, and he was not Thor in this.
His character was entertaining.
It was fine.
But the sad
it wasn't
thing
even
is,
entertaining.
It was wasted on a bad movie.
Horrible.
Like his character deserved to be in Fury Road.
Yes.
And I would have loved it.
That would have been great.
And
he could have been one of the mob bosses in Fury Road.
and it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
So he deserved to be in the movie. No one else should have.
God.
And it was really bad. And the thing is, the whole time I was thinking, man, no one asked if we want to see Fury Road in a Mad Max movie. But the other thing is, I understand he can't do the same thing. You can't just copy Fury Road.
Fine.
But you've got to make it someone we care about. And Furiosa, by the way, she's in the land of peaceful green field.
Yeah.
And her name is Fury. I thought that was her nickname that she got later on in life. No. Come here, little Furiosa.
Yeah.
Yes, Lavender.
Get that.
And Blossom Child. And here, what we name you? F you, you're Furioso. And the Garden of Eden.
Your first child is named Lotus. Your second child is named Diamonds. Your third child is named Garbage.
Garbage.
Garbage, come over here.
Garbage. In your garbage.
In your garbage. Do you understand what I'm saying? I could hang myself with all the bad neckties.
Yeah. It was unbelievably just I would just sit there going, wow. And I know he can't make the same type film. But then I started thinking,
can.
Well, I mean, yeah, we would be fine with it. But the thing is, though, he wants to build more. And if I was thinking, okay, take this movie's budget and put Mad Max back in it, and then give us a storyline that we can somewhat care about.
That's what hurt my
feelings.
feelings.
Went back to the beginning.
Yeah.
You went back to Joe.
Yeah,
you went
whatever.
Back to, and the thing is, we already know how these people end. I want to hear more adventures of Mad Max. What does he come across now? Thunderdome is different.
Thunderdome's different. Fine.
Than the other ones. But I wanted another. I wanted a Thunderdome, something different. You can have some race cars.
There's plenty of stuff in the world.
Nothing will ever be Fury Road.
No.
But you can have some other stuff and change it up and make it different. And they just when you don't even care about the protagonist.
Not at all.
Movie has a problem.
Yeah. And like that's what killed me. I think crushed me in my expectations is that you had the same director, the same creative team.
Yeah.
Massive budget.
Now he has money.
Had tons of time to build the exact story he wanted.
Where Fury Road, he was short on budget,
short straps,
short on time,
doing whatever.
Yeah.
Had everything handed to him this time. So I'm like, there's no way this can fail. Babe, we're getting the best seats in the house. We're going to the IMAX.
Like if he wants to tell this story, then he's got an idea.
Yeah.
This is the man who watched us. Made us watch a movie about a guy driving out into the desert, turning around and driving back. That's the story.
What is going on?
And it's the best film we've ever seen.
It's unbelievable.
I need to see that one again.
And yet they did this crap. I'm still mad about that. The only saving grace is that I was with that hot Aussie girl. That's it. And man, it was great.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
So,
boy, it was great.
There you go.
It was really great.
Did you let off all the steam?
Yes, I have vented all of my rage from 2024, and I promise I make a New Year's resolution from here forward to start fresh for 2025 and bring you, ladies and gentlemen, the best Saturday morning Samoflanges you have ever had.
There you go.
In 2025.
Now we may do resolutions later on.
I'm down with that.
Still the month of January here. We got plenty of time. One thing I want to know now. I hope they didn't comment because I haven't read, as of this video, we haven't read the comments from last week's.
Yeah.
So the thing is, the question I have for everyone is, what were the worst movies you saw in theaters? We gotta say, since all these were in theaters.
In theaters, yeah.
Home video. I mean, just to kind of. Shoot, I thought I had this pulled up.
Tell us the trash we need to avoid so that I don't have to go back into my Scrooge McDuck phase of 2024 and I can continue to live my peaceful existence having expunged all of this horrible hot garbage out of my system.
Horrible hot garbage. Hot garbage. I have not. I thought I'd seen a few other. Nope, that was a rewatch. I keep watching Liam Neeson films. Mikey actually told me about another Liam Neeson film. Told me about some Christmas movies. Boy, A Boy Called Christmas is about a story about a young Santa.
All right.
The boy who grew into Santa Claus. Great idea. Awful story.
Horrible movie.
And it was one of those big Netflix productions.
Wow.
And they tried to put the magic in there.
Fell
the
apart,
magic
huh?
was not there. I'm going back through some of these but the 1985 Santa Claus, the movie.
Tim Allen?
No. Santa Claus, the movie, 1985.
Santa 85.
The 80s. It's very good.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
It's very good. It does a great job there. Yeah, I can't go back. I'm going too far back here. I'll never find other movies that I watched this year. But either way, what were your ringers? What were the ringers?
I got to call that girl in Australia and see if she's still mentally and physically scarred from seeing that. She probably not. They don't have any worries down in Australia. No worries, mate. It's fine. Yeah. But even if she does, she'll let me know next Saturday.
Morning.
Samoflange! We were talking about the worst movies that we saw in the movie theater last year, and I wanted to know what your feelings were about Mad Max Furiosa in the IMAX.
It was not good. It was bad.
Go on, elaborate for me in your Aussie accent, please.
I don't know. It was just bad. Like, it made no sense. And he died in the end and he turned into a tree, but the tree was not in the first.
Right, he turned into a tree, and the tree wasn't even in the first movie.
I forgot about that.
We didn't even care about the tree, and that was the final shot.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so glad you remembered that.
Very bad.
And then, because we watched it in the IMAX theater, and then it was like the day before we had watched it on a tiny little crappy 40-inch TV. We had watched Fury Road, and we loved it. We got hammered on vodka and had a great time just watching the...
Oh, you didn't tell me about the vodka.
I didn't tell you about the vodka, but it was very dangerous. But we didn't get drunk until the end of the movie when we were already having fun. It was unbelievable. We had so much fun. We're like, this movie cannot fail tomorrow.
Wait a minute.
In the IMAX.
Would Furioso have benefited from vodka?
Would Furiosa have benefited from vodka, Caitlin?
Yep.